Question for you. How long would you stay with a company if you're a top performer, you get asked to apply and interview for job after job, only to get that call that, hey, we're going to go with somebody else? You were good, it was close, but you got second place. How long? 6 months, 1 year, maybe 2 years? For me, I was stuck in the same role for 9 years until I figured this one thing out. So stay to the end, and I'm going to share and hopefully save you some time and make you some more money. So, hey guys, Dustin Neff. I help people figure out their unique value and how to share that and articulate that in conversations, elevator pitches, interviews, ultimately to move up in their career, make more money, and provide a better life for their family. So, if that previous scenario sounds familiar, it is excruciating and it held me back for a long time. What I was really good at, and you'll hear me say this in my other videos, I've interviewed over 10,000 people. I've hired thousands of people, and I've personally helped over 100 people move up in their career and make more money. But when it came to myself, I felt like I had blinders on. I was stuck in my role despite having tremendous results until I figured this one thing out. So stay with me to the end. I will share that, and hopefully it'll save you a lot of time and help you move up quicker in your career. So, a common misnomer, most people that I have worked with, I would guess 80%, think that because the hiring managers see what this person does every single day, you've got all the metrics in house to know what they do and how they're able to deliver results. That was me. And that is what I see time and time again. But that is what will not get you promoted. What will get you promoted, and everybody has to be an expert at this if you want to shortcut moving up in your career, is you have to know your unique value. Everyone is unique. You have a unique skill set. So I'm going to walk you through 5 things that you need to know in order to move up in your career. All right. So number 1, you have to know what your unique value is. What are your strengths? What are your opportunities? So you're always going to focus on your strengths. So a lot of times in your reviews, they're going to ask you, hey, what are your strengths? What are your opportunities? What's your plan to get better at the opportunities? So your opportunities, they may eventually, for some people, become strengths, but that is very rare. Focus on your strengths. So, pro tip, if you have never done this, this is the most impactful way, and this will help you get crystal clear because in your mind, you probably have an idea of, hey, I'm good at this. Or your boss may have told you, hey, this is your superpower. This is what you're good at. Ask 10 people, get a mix. Ask your, people that work for you, people that you work with, friends. Ask them to be straight up honest with you and write down 3 words that describe you. And that way, and do the same. So you write out 10 words of what how you would describe yourself, and then match them up, and you'll see a common theme of what other people's perception of you are. So, step 1, know what your strengths are. Step 2, know what your wins are. You need to think back to every role that you've had. What were your key wins? What did you accomplish? And you need to be specific, not just, hey, I was a good manager. It was, hey, I accomplished this, this, and this in that role. 3 things. Keep it simple. Next role, I was responsible for this, and here's what I accomplished. Bang, bang, bang. So once you have that, you're able to put together your elevator pitch where you can share that in the first 30 to 60 seconds of an interview and pretty much nail the interview. And then the rest of the interview is just, you know, giving, I guess, examples of how you got those results. But if you do that right, they will remember who you are. And I've seen it time and time again. You can win that interview in those first 30 to 60 seconds. So crafting your elevator pitch. 3, take those wins from earlier, put that in your resume. Okay. Every week, highlight your wins. What did you accomplish that week? This is not a Doge video. I did this a long time before Elon was helping the doge, if you will. Figure out what your key wins are for the week, month, quarter. Keep a record of it. Send it to your boss. That way that y'all are aligned on the same page. Use that to update your resume, every 3 to 6 months. But that is the foundation of your resume. And then go through and update it every 3 to 6 months. So track wins, know your UVP, your unique value proposition, and know what your key wins are. So if you can master those 3 things, that's half the battle. All right, part 4, step 4 is the how. How did you get those results? How were those your strengths? So you need to have 10 to 12 examples of different situations that you've had in your career that really show your value, because this is all you're doing. You're creating your story. You are unique. There's no one else like you, and no one can tell your story like you can. So have 10 to 12 examples, and people, product, process, or something of that nature. If you're in sales, you can take product out and do sales, but have 10 to 12 examples of different wins that you've had and how you did it. So situation, objective, action, result. You want to spend the most time in the action. That just solidifies what you talked about in your elevator pitch as your key wins. It really shows the how. Then lastly, thoughtful question. So for me, doing so many interviews in my life, I didn't really put a lot of thought into what the interviewees would ask me. Um, but I did find out, like, hey, sometimes when you interview for a job, that's one of the most important things. So have a really strong set of questions that you can go to, that you can ask, you can tell that you put some thought into it. You get some really good insight. So, hey, maybe, what does a successful leader in this role look like? Or what do you see as some of the biggest challenges that this role will provide in the first 90 days? What is the strategic career growth path, and what's your success rate? So that's just a couple of ideas off the top of my head. Feel free to steal those, use those, or come up with your own. So that is it. So I was stuck for 9 years until I figured out how to sell myself. And I'm taking you through a 5-step process of what to do. So identify your key wins, put them in an elevator pitch, get your interview STAR method or SOAR, whatever acronym you want to use. Have those examples, and then have follow-up questions for at the end of the interview. But knowing your unique value, that is what's going to get you promoted faster than anything else. Most people think it's results. It is not results. It is your ability to share your value, and for them to see you, so the hiring manager to see you as the solution to their problems, to the current role that's open. So that's what held me back. And that's how you can shortcut it. Get crystal clear on your unique value, because there's nobody else like you. Nobody can tell your story like you. So become an expert at telling your story and sharing your value. And then once you get in that role, deliver, knock their socks off. Have a good 30, 60, 90-day plan, over deliver. Yeah, I will do a video on that, but it's not as hard as I made it. And my passion in life is helping people figure that out so they don't have to do trial and error like I did. It's a simple formula that if you just follow those steps, you can get there much quicker. If you need help, reach out to me, or somebody that needs help, and I can help them shortcut that. This is what I do better than anything else. So if you need help or know somebody needs help, have them hit me up, and I'll see y'all on the next video. If you want, I'm going to drop 2 videos here. Check out some of my other content, and I'll see y'all next time.